On the Beard front, $5 million. That's one of the bigger salaries in college basketball. Now, it's not among the highest, but what is it, top 15 salary in college basketball? It shows, for better or for worse, that when Keith Carter comes on this show and talks to you and says, I want to win in basketball, he's not just saying, I want to win in basketball. There is proof. He is putting his money where his mouth is. He and Ole Miss are serious about winning in basketball. And has that been something that you've always been able to say?
No. I mean, it is a very legitimate commitment. It's kind of the put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah. And does that
as of March 15th of 2024, Bill Self was the highest. So this was before the NCAA tournament this past year. They'll update this list. Front Office Sports will in October. So at the end of last season, Bill Self was the highest paid coach in the country at about $9.6 million. John Calipari at Kentucky was making $8.5 million. Tom Izzo at Michigan State, $6.2 million. Bruce Pearl at Auburn, $5.7 million. Rick Barnes at Tennessee, $5.7 million. Scott Drew at Baylor, $5.1 million. And then Dan Hurley at UConn was $5 million. So if Chris Beard had the contract in place that he has now, on March 15th of last year, he would have been the 8th highest paid coach, or tied for 7th. Tied for 7th in terms of highest paid coaches in the country.
Wow.
So he's probably in the top 10 then.
Probably so.
Yeah. You can conservatively say top 15.
Let's see, Nate Oates got a raise. He's now up over $5 million. Calipari, I think, is actually less money at Arkansas, slightly less money at Arkansas. Dan Hurley got a big raise at UConn. Yeah,
what was Calipari making?
8.5 at Kentucky.
$7 million right now.
Yeah.
So
how about that?
So
does this increase the pressure? Because look, for
it should.
All the good that Ole Miss basketball did last year, they also fell apart completely. Now they essentially kept the players they wanted, and then added via portal and a couple of high school recruits. Everybody else, they kept Morrell and Brakefield, for example, but that can't happen again. Not with this contract. 7-11 this year is not acceptable. That's not, program's moving forward. Not when you're investing like this. Not with what you're paying, if you believe the reporting. Just one of your portal players is making, reportedly, Walter Nolan money. So, I mean, you better win now.
Sure. Ole Miss, I mean, we've talked about Ole Miss kind of pushing all its chips into the table with football. They may have held back a little bit in basketball, but not much.
Yeah.
And, when you have a coach that another program goes after, the leverage then lies with the coach.
Yeah.
And you can believe whatever you want to. You can listen to every radio station in the state of Arkansas, and you can believe the story they tell you, or you can believe us. And I hope that we've built up enough credibility with you over the course of a decade that you believe what we're saying when we say Chris Beard turned Arkansas down. He said no to the Razorbacks. They never get to John Calipari if Chris Beard says yes. Chris Beard said no. Ole Miss decided they were going to play ball. Tip your cap to Keith Carter and Denson Hollis and the people in the administration, the foundation. They did what they had to do to keep him in Oxford. They believe in the direction of the program, and it works. It's a good thing.
Yeah.